Yo, Julius, it's your girl Raven Chapman, the Omen. Just want to give you a big shout out here from the UK. Ring IQ, you're the man. Thanks so much for your support.
Welcome to the motherfucking relay. We're covering today's top boxing news. Ow!
Had to get the stoppage really. Had to make a bit of a, comeback statement in a way. Make sure people remember that I'm here. I don't mess about. Obviously, box a heavier girl as well, and getting the stoppage was, really needed. I wasn't going to let her just get out of that ring after 6 rounds. I was definitely going to make sure it was a lot shorter than that. And in this heat, I didn't want to be doing too many rounds.
It's been flipping hot in this venue.
Yeah.
It's been what, 15 months now since your last fight? Was there much ring rust, or how were you feeling coming into this today?
I don't think there was much ring rust. Just staying focused, not rushing the work. See out the opponent. Didn't know that much about her. Just took a round to kind of see what I was working with, and then started just going through the motions. Was looking for a little bit in the 3rd round. Got told in the corner, stop looking for that one shot, you need to...
So up-and-comer Raven Chapman, after 15 months of inactivity, returned to action yesterday in a fight that was flying largely under the radar against 24-year-old Georgia Klein. Showing that she's still got it at 32 years old. Not the youngest fighter, but far from the oldest, and still able to get back in the winner's bracket and maybe pick up an alphabet title along the way, sporting a professional record of 10 wins with 2 losses and no draws, 3 knockouts, having never been knocked out in 12 professional bouts. She was fighting all the way up there at super lightweight. It's 140 pounds. That's where Katie Taylor currently holds most of the alphabet titles, though I don't think Raven Chapman means to stay there, because she's not really a big woman. It's not unusual for a fighter who's been out for a long time to, when they come back heavier than where they usually fight. It's pretty normal, happens all the time. I expect that Raven Chapman, in what remains of this year, will make her way down. The question is, where does she stop?
Because she's got options.
Theoretically, if she were to stay at 140 pounds, that Katie Taylor's retiring after September. When she does all the belts she's got, she's gonna drop them. If Raven were to stay there, maybe she picks one of them up.
Theoretically.
Though because she's not a big woman, I don't actually expect her to stay at 140. The same rings true at 130 pounds, where Alicia Baumgartner holds most of the alphabet titles, but I don't think Alicia's staying there either. I think she's on the verge of moving up and dropping all of her belts. So, theoretically, Raven could make her way down, as Alicia is making her way up to pick up one of the titles that she currently holds.
She could do the same thing at 126.
Amanda Serrano, like Katie Taylor, who's still a unified champion at featherweight, she's on her way out too, and when she's gone, she's gonna drop the 2 belts that she's got. Raven could see about picking one of those up. That's where she used to campaign.
126.
At 122, where her old buddy Ellie Scottney just became undisputed champion. By now we all know Ellie's not staying there. She's moving up. She's gonna drop all the belts she just won, so Raven could theoretically move down there and pick up one of those titles. It's all a question of how low can Raven Chapman go.
135, 130, 126, 122.
There's a lot of opportunities down there. There's a lot of moving pieces on the board to where Raven could fight for a title at any one of those weights. She's got the talent to do it.
Brendan.
There is the matter of her promotional situation that needs sorting out. Previous years, Raven Chapman's been promoted by anyone from Matchroom to Queensbury, though currently she's not with a major promotional outfit of any kind. It wouldn't be a bad idea to see about going to MVP, maybe going back to Matchroom, or pairing up with Boxer, because remember, Boxer's doing shows on DAZN now. They need to beef up their roster.
Brendan.
They lost a lot of fighters they used to promote. Savannah Marshall, Carolyn Dubois, Shannon Ryan ways back.
So maybe Raven can go over there. In any event, after 15 months of inactivity, Raven Chapman is back, and it's just a question of how low can she go? Where exactly does she want to fight for a title?
Elsewhere in the world of boxing, after yesterday's action at the Barclays Center, chronically inactive fighter Virgil Ortiz reacted to Xander Zayas' loss by saying, "Xander, you looked straight to your corner after you got dropped that last time. You're a pussy. You did better than I thought you were going to do, but you're a quitter. I can't believe I just saw you do that."
I can't fucking believe the nerve of this guy.
Get a load of him. Talking trash to Xander Zayas, who agreed to fight you, but you didn't agree to fight him. And it was the same with Boots, let's be honest. If Virgil Ortiz has been inactive for the last few weeks and months, it's nobody's fault but his for trying to backdoor his longtime promoter, Oscar De La Hoya. This is the what have you done for me lately sport, and you ain't done a goddamn fucking thing.
Fuck you and fuck your prick father.
Fuck Rick Merrigan. Prick Merrigan, who's responsible for all of this. Virgil Ortiz, you ain't in no position to talk trash to nobody. Those two boys yesterday delivered a show. What have you been doing?
Nothing.
Playing guitar? Working on your unibrow? What the fuck have you been up to, huh? And when you come back, who are you gonna fight?
Here comes another tune-up.
Chronically inactive fighter who's in a perpetual state of coming back every time you see him, always in a tune-up, from Ericsson lubricant to whatever stumble bum Golden Boy finds for him.
Sick of this fucking kid.
Fucking punk, his bitch-ass dad. They both got upset with Sergio Mora yesterday, who highlighted that, Virgil Ortiz, for all the hullabaloo about him, he's not a unified champion, like Zendor was a unified champion to that.
Oh, Senior didn't like that. He got in his tits about it. He said, Sergio, you're saying Xander was a unified champion, something Virgil never was. Show me where Virgil was given gift shots at titles.
Show me where Xander was given a gift title.
If anyone's choice of words are poor, it's yours. Don't believe me? Go listen to your commentating.
The way it happened, Virgil caught Xander a pussy and a quitter, Sergio said it was a poor choice of words, and now Senior's going up to bat for his son. That's how it happened.
Saying he's got a better resume than anybody at 154?
Who's got a better resume than anybody at 154? Virgil? For beating who?
Sergey Boachuk, I think.
That gives him a better resume than anybody at 154? I guess Brandon Adams has a better resume than Virgil since he beat him first. He knocked him out.
Beat Madrimov, too.
Big fucking deal he beat Madrimov. He beat Madrimov coming off the loss to Crawford. Are they serious?
Yeah.
I think if it were 2 years ago, Senior might have a point about Junior's resume, but it's not 2 years ago, and that quote-unquote win over Sergey Boachuk is aged like an avocado.
Since then, he's been beat by Brandon Adams for a second time, and more recently by Shane Mosley Jr.
So before we even get to any of that, do you guys actually remember the Sergey Boachuk fight? Do you remember that he dropped Virgil 2 times in that fight? They didn't rule them as knockdowns, but that's what they were, and that to some people, Virgil didn't win that fight, or he shouldn't have.
Do you actually remember what that fight looked like?
These guys must have forgot, because if they did, they wouldn't be bragging about it now. On what planet is beating Sergey Boachuk bigger and better than beating unbeaten Xander Zayas for 2 alphabet titles?
Not this one.
Because Xander Zayas wouldn't have beat Sergey Boachuk. Brandon fucking Adams beat Sergey Boachuk. Shane Mosley Jr. beat Sergey Boachuk.
What the fuck kind of drugs are you on, Virgil?
Virgil Ortiz, who wrote down a paragraph of bullshit, an avalanche of bullshit, saying, Sergio, sorry I wasn't given free belts with one of the weakest resumes in boxing.
He's talking about Xander.
And sorry for clowning on the guy who's been clowning me for invalid reasons for over a year. If those circumstances make me look bad in your eyes, then you're just ignorant. I earned my shot before Xander did, 1,000 times over.
Then why haven't you taken it yet, you fucking bozo?
You're gonna blame me for not winning a title? You're gonna blame me for not receiving those fights against those people who 99% of the boxing world probably can't name?
I can name Sebastian Fundora. Can you?
I can name a Boss Peru. Can you?
Why don't you go shave your unibrow, Virgil, since you ain't fighting nobody?
Virgil continued, if I had won those belts from those opponents, everyone would be clowning the credibility of my belts. Out of everyone on the broadcast, I at least expected the boxer to understand.
What's to understand about you, Virgil? That you're a chronically inactive fighter who's been sitting on an interim title for 2 years without putting any pressure on Sebastian or putting any pressure on the WBC to order to fight between you. That's where you and Xander are different.
Let's slow things down. Xander Zayas and Virgil Ortiz were both mandatory challengers to the same guy, Sebastian Fundora, and the difference between Xander and Virgil is Xander started putting pressure on Sebastian right away. He was right there, in his face, campaigning for the fight. Where the fuck were you, Virgil?
What the fuck were you doing? Where do you get up the fucking nerve to say he was gifted a title?
You're happy to sit on your fucking hands, sit on an interim title for 2 fucking years, not advocating for the fight.
You know that it's been 2 years, right? You know that it's been 2 years since Virgil beat Sergey Boachuk for the interim title, and not once do you see this guy calling for Sebastian Fundora, putting pressure on him, or putting pressure on the WBC to order the fight so that you can shade Xander Zayas for doing what you didn't do, because you ain't no unified champion. You ain't shit. You're nothing. Fuck you. You don't deserve the Boots fight anymore. You don't. No? You go out there, you get yourself a belt, or you get the fuck on.
Because you don't deserve the Boots fight anymore. Talking out the side of your yap from the sidelines when the only reason you're inactive now is because of your fucking manager.
I don't like you, Virgil, and I don't like your father. I don't like none of yous.
You don't deserve no grace for what's not going on right now. All of it is your fucking fault.
You're literally older than Xander Zayas. How the fuck does he become a unified champion before you? How does Boots?
Guy's got no situational awareness. After those two boys go out there, and they put on the show that they put on, they entertain a crowd, the last thing your inactive ass should do is criticize either of them. Because you ain't entertaining nobody. You ain't doing nothing. The fight that you're about to have is going to be your second consecutive tune-up fight.
That's what the Lubin fight was.
That was a tune-up fight. The next fight you're going to have, that's a fucking tune-up fight. And we're supposed to get excited that you've finally patched things up with Asuka?
Captain, put on the world music. The day is saved.
Fucking Lord. Virgil Ortiz is about to come back and fight another fucking tune-up fight because his whole career he's been in a perpetual state of coming back.
Gee Willikers, Batman. This guy didn't fight for a full title at 147. Now he's about to not fight for another one at 154. We should be so fucking impressed.
Oh, because he fought Sergey Boachuk 2 fucking years ago. And Israel Madrimov coming off a loss.
Now you're listening to this and wondering, why is he being so hard on Virgil? Some of the criticisms are valid, but he's going in on this guy. Why? And it's because this is how you gotta start talking about these guys. These guys need to know that this is how the fight fans feel.
You shouldn't have the audacity. You shouldn't have the nerve to criticize anybody given the fucking state of affairs in your own career. The nowhere that you're going.
No place.
See, you wouldn't get up the nerve to jump on your social media and start talking smack, start talking cash shit,
Bitch.
if people put you in your place.
The reason you do is because they don't. Sergio responded to Virgil by simply stating, woulda, coulda, shoulda, after that long-winded paragraph of excuses, because there really is no excuse for him to have been interim champion for 2 whole years without really pushing for the Sebastian Fundora fight, putting pressure on that guy to either give him a fight or give up the belt, like what Xander did.
I think it's because they made an agreement not to with Samson Lukowicz. I think Golden Boy promised Samson they'd leave his guy alone and just sit on that interim title.
That's no excuse.
He's pretending that Xander got gifted the title. No, Xander wanted to fight Sebastian. When Sebastian didn't want to fight, he coughed up the belt. That's what happened.
Why didn't you do that?
He also had this and that to say about Jaron Ennis post-fight, saying that he would sleep him, and Jaron had this to say about that.
Virgil came out and said that he was going to sleep you.
Why ain't take the fight in the beginning? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I ain't be talking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to tell you, I'm really different. He gonna see firsthand. Cause he gets hurt a lot. He flat-footed and he been dropped multiple times. When he get hit by me, it's gonna be different. I'm trying to tell y'all.
It's a matter of fact that Virgil Ortiz has been dropped 3 times. Dropped once by Igis Kavaliauskas in the welterweight division and dropped 2 times by Sergey Boachuk. Even if the referee didn't rule those knockdowns, we all know what we saw.
He got dropped.
Does Virgil Ortiz pack a big enough punch to hurt Jaron Ennis? I would say yes, but I would say the same is true in reverse. What's going to determine the outcome of the fight ain't even who hits harder, because they both hit hard. What's going to determine the outcome of the fight is the style of the fighters. And tactically,
Boots has the edge.
it's not even a new boxing take either. It's not recency bias. You can pull up any video I've done so far talking about this fight, of which there are several where I've said in plain English, Boots knocks out Virgil Ortiz.
Because of the styles.
Virgil's a good fighter in spite of everything I said. He's all right. But he's a pressure guy, and pressure guys don't change much from one fight to the next, whereas Boots is a little bit more adaptable. It's aggressive guys that make him look good. Aggressive guys like Virgil.
Boots ain't the guy you want to stand in front of swinging for the fences, winging shots.
Boxer punches got the drop on pressure fighters, and that's how that usually goes.
Are you saying you're open to doing that?
Yes,
September,
yeah,
October,
absolutely.
next fight?
Listen, I really rate Virgil. Virgil
going into a Boots fight now, he'll get absolutely destroyed. I'm sorry. But he's been dropped before. Like, you don't realise how, I mean, Xander got hurt bad so many times tonight, but he's got a granite chip. I mean, he's so tough.
I think right now we are where we always have been with the Jaron Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz fight, meaning it's not about to happen. In spite of all the hullabaloo, all the talk, I don't expect these two guys to fight until they're both at 160 pounds.
Boots just got to 154.
What did I just say? I said I don't expect these two guys to fight till they're both at 160, so if Boots just got to 154, what that tells you is they're not about to fight. Not next, not after next.
It's not about to happen.
We are now where we always have been with this fight, and that is nowhere. We don't even know that Virgil's next fight is going to be at junior middle because he's been out a while. For all we know, he's about to make his middleweight debut.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's not like he's been pushing to fight for a title at 154 because he hadn't, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if he ends up leaving this division like he left welterweight without having fought for one.
He's tuning up again.
I don't know what stumble bum they're gonna find for him, but I do get the impression it's not gonna be a big fight. Damn sure ain't gonna be Sebastian Fundora. In an ideal world, he would fight Sebastian Fundora in the fall to become a champion at 154 so he could then unify with Boots in the new year, but I'm telling you, he's not gonna do that. I give this fight another 12 to 18 months before it happens, because Boots just got to 154. He's not going to move up right away. I anticipate that Boots' next fight could be the Josh Kelly fight in the fall after Josh Kelly defends his title against Aguiarco.
A defense of the IBF title. That's what I think is next for Josh Kelly. Then after that, he fights Boots. Likely on pay-per-view.
Meanwhile, Virgil's gonna have his second consecutive tune-up fight, Sebastian. God knows what the fuck he's gonna do. It wouldn't surprise me if he ends up leaving junior middleweight too. I think Jaron Ennis beats Virgil Ortiz for the same reason I thought he'd beat Roman Villa or Emantis Stanionis, these aggressive mid-range to inside fighters, because this ain't a guy you want to sit in the pocket with. That's the mistake that Xander made yesterday. He was in the pocket with this guy for too long, getting caught in between his own punches.
Same thing would happen to Virgil.
Because where's Virgil's sweet spot if not mid-range to inside? He's a pressure guy. He's always barreling forward, and the thing about being a guy that's always coming forward is you're likelier to get hit since you're initiating the action.
Think he's a strong puncher, strong enough that if he got in with a clean shot, I do think he could hurt Boots. I even think he could theoretically knock him out, but I don't think that's how it's going to play out.
Think he's going to get knocked out looking for a knockout. That's how that usually goes.
Styles make fights.
It's not a new boxing take. I've been saying that for a while. Virgil's alright. There's certain guys out there, he can mow through him with his pressure. Like Josh Kelly, for example. He can mow through that guy. But with Boots, he'd walk into something hard.
It's happened before.
Though he can probably breathe a sigh of relief, at least momentarily, that fight's not going to happen, and I don't think Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy are going to push to do it anytime in the near future. For now, they're going to keep Virgil busy against some stumble bum, then maybe they'll revisit talks to do that fight year and a half.
Because he does need to get Virgil Ortiz active again in fighting, but he doesn't need to get him beat. Not right away.